Hello everyone, welcome to, don't even know what episode, I was going to say the episode, but I don't even know what it is, I'll have to look it up. Roxy's General Stitchery Volume 4. So today, the new theme, prompt reveal, not theme, prompt reveal, is your favourite fabric. You can use your favourite fabric to do what you want. So I have lots of favourites. I probably have one most favorite, which I'm going to show you, but I have lots of favorite. Like, I love this fabric. It's just a small piece that I have. I think it was a made into like a placemat. But anyway, I love fabrics like this with lots of florals and sort of older style fabrics. So that's one. And then I've got a little pile of things I love. So I wouldn't say this is a fabric, it's a linen, but I love the embroidery. I think I bought this when I was in Italy with you, Rach. It's quite a big pattern, but it would be perfect for my project, so I'm thinking I might want to add some of that. And I love things like embroideries like that, so I might add, like the blue will go in. I could even add that or that. I especially love doilies with birds, so I'd like to add this bird maybe. So that's an option. But this is my most favourite fabric. I have lots of bits of it. I've got it in bits and pieces from different packs. I think, Deb, I might have got some from you. But I really, look at all my bits. I got so many bits. I really love this fabric. This is my favourite fabric. I think it's because it's got stripes and it's got really pretty flowers in pink. And I love pink. So I could add a piece of this. I mean, the pink's not my colour theme. It should be more red. But that would be my favourite fabric if I was to add it. Such a beautiful fabric. And I've just got all little bits. I mean, this one came cut out like that. So, yeah. I did have a selvage of this somewhere. So, I think these are old bits from either France or the UK. That's a bigger bit. Let's look at that bit. That's a lovely bit. Yeah, but that is my favourite fabric. So maybe I'll have to use it even though the flowers are pink. That one's nice. That's a bit faded there. A bit faded. Anyway, and then I've just grabbed some random bits and pieces. These. And there's some favourite things in here. So I don't know exactly what I'm doing yet. I've got little bits of trim. That one I tea dyed. This one is really pretty. I'd like to put that somewhere. I love old bits of, I think that's 1930s fabric. That's actually from an old quilt, a little piece that's come out of an old quilt. And these came out of the quilt too, and they're really faded, so I like them. And this, I love the spots. I love old feed sacks. That's a piece of old feed sack. And that's the right colours, so I could use that. More trims, bits of trims. I really like this fabric, and I like checks. This is a selvage off a fabric I got from Deb, and I really like this fabric. Again, might not be perfectly the red, white, and blue. When you look at the main part of the fabric, it's the red is the background. I love Suffolk puffs, blue spot. Few bits of the old quilt. I think that's a trim you gave me, Rach. Some mattress ticking, and Rach, you gave me this as well. And bits, oh, that's the same one. So I've got lots of bits. I don't know exactly what I'm going to do, but what I think I might like to try is to get some random bits of the fabric and cut little bits and do a little collage and slow stitch them down. So I think what I'm going to do is cut up some bits and pieces of the fabric or tear them up so I get the ripped edge look, and just lay them down in a pattern until I'm happy. Now I've got to be careful not to make it too big because I've only just got my one tablecloth. So let's just have a look. Okay, I'm just going to rip this down a bit more. Oh, that's hard. Hang on. There we go. That was hard. Okay, I'm pulling out the threads. I'll trim those ones down a bit. Okay, actually they need to come off. Threads everywhere. So I'm just going to play around with some bits of these fabrics. Can you see? Let me move it down a bit and just see if I can get a little cluster or collage of fabrics that I like. And then that's what I'll be doing this week, is just working on the fabrics. And then next week what I'll aim to do, I even like sewing down bits like that. Like, that's really cool. That's off a random piece of quilt. Some red check. Okay, I've got that one. I like the red spot. I definitely want to use that. Might get a smaller piece of this. It's kind of a random thread coming out there. Just trim that off. I need to fray this edge. It's too neat. Take a little bit of fraying going. I guess it's similar to my little cluster idea that I did with my lace, but it's I'm not adding lace yet. I do really love that. That's got to go down. Look at how faded it is. It was quite bright before. That one maybe won't work because it does have some pink and green, which isn't quite the right colours. I like this faded piece that came from the same quilt. No, not that, this and this. Oh, that rips easily. That is old fabric. Okay, we'll see how we go. That's an old piece as well. I've already got that there, so I might take that one out. I really want to put this somewhere. Maybe I'll run the selvage down the side. Ooh, and the mattress ticking. Let's just get a thinner piece of this. This one is definitely from Deb. Gorgeous fabric. Layer that under and on top. Okay, I'm going to keep playing around with it until I like the look. Let's see. Oh, I'm going to see where I want my spot. I want my spot because I love that spot. Maybe it's a bit big. I like that. And then this might need to be a bit smaller. Ugh. That one tears funny. Look, it leaves threads. It's a lovely fabric though. Lovely old feed sack. Let's go that way. All right, so, and then I'm thinking of running my little selvage. That's a selvage that I've got. So look at that little square cluster of favourite fabrics. And then who knows, I don't know how I'll embellish or what I'll do. Ooh, I like that. That's going to be too big. That might have to go. Oh, I forgot to use my favourite fabric. Whoops. Okay. Oh, there's another little edge that could go somewhere. Let's see. Maybe I'm thinking, do I want to just cut out? I might want to cut out one of the little little flowers. That one's near the edge. Let's have a look. Okay, let's cut that out better. I'll move my fabric stack away. Oh, I did finish my hexie, actually, and I wanted to show you this. Someone asked if I remove the papers. Yes, you do remove the papers. I've taken them all out except 2, so I can show you how to do that. Before you take them out, it's a good idea to give it an iron, just to keep all those nice creased edges. And then what I do is I get my needle and I get it under the edge. Hopefully you can see. And then you can just pop out the fabric, pop out the paper. Okay, so get it under the edge. And then I just use that. This one's a bit stiffer. And you can just pop out the paper. All right, so that needs to be stitched down. It's all stitched together, it just needs to be stitched down. I'll do that later. Okay. So I think for my favorite fabric, maybe I'll cut around. You're not going to see the stripe too much because I'm cutting around it. There's a little piece of a favorite fabric. So that, you know, I might stitch that down. Oh, and I'd love my bird, but my bird might go somewhere else. That's maybe for another day, my bird. All right, so very simple. I'm going to pin this all down in place and I am going to do some random stitching over the top. Might add that later. I like little bits. That's just a little ripped bit off the quilt. A bit naughty though, bringing in the pink. I might think about that because it might not work, so we might put that to the side. Okay, so let's pin this in place. So I can hear people laughing. They're in the church next door, I think. What night is it? It's Wednesday. So, no, on Monday nights they often do their choir practice, but that's when, Mondays, not tonight. But sometimes they have a wedding coming up and they do some extra practice. I haven't heard the singing tonight though. Who knows? Could have been an event. I love these pins. I've got them in the 2 colours. These are the clover ones. And they're really thin. They're much thinner than this type of thing. They're good for if you're machine stitching because you basically go over and it just glides over the thin pin. Yeah, I've got quite a few of them. They're made by Clover. So Suffolk Puff will have to come in a bit later. And I think I'm going to add this little edge as well. All right, so I'm just going to get some thread and I will be back soon to show you how I'm stitching. Okay, see you soon. All right, so I did add my favorite fabric. I've just folded it over, so it's going to be like a little tab sticking out the top. So anyway, all I've got is some old vintage red normal thread and some old cream normal thread, and I'm going to do some random cantha stitching. So just running stitching, cantha running, same kind of thing. Okay, so I'll start up here and I'm just going to do running stitching, fairly reasonable size stitches because I want you to be able to see the red thread. Okay, so just up and down, and I'm going to go the whole way across. There is no perfection with this. Your stitches do not need to be perfectly even. Your lines do not need to be perfectly straight. In fact, I much prefer it like this because it's that real handmade style, which is what slow stitching is about. Some people are really perfect though, and it still looks great, but slow stitching, you can definitely embrace the imperfections. Okay, oh, by the way, I doubled my string just so it's a bit thicker and you can see it better. It's just slipped off. I'll put that back later. Okay, so it's a bit awkward. I might have to turn the other direction. Just pull this through. And I'm getting hooked on all my pins. I'm going to show you a little bit and then I will hop off camera and do it and come back and show you. So my plan tonight is just to stitch down all my base fabrics. All these fabrics are some of my favorite fabrics. And then what I'll do is next week I'll do some embellishing. I really want this to be random, like random doodle illustrations when you just add marks, like your mark making. Okay, and I want to mix in a bit of the white as well, mostly red, but I want to mix in some white. Oops, sorry. It's just my group chat from work, the girls. We've got quite a few girls. We've got quite a few girls in our sport PE department. We have our sports administrators. We have some of the girls are heads of sport, etc. When I first started at Scott's, the head of maths was a female and she was in charge of swimming, but literally I was the only female really in sport in the senior school. Other than the female teachers who had to like manage teams and stuff, because everybody has to do one sport a year. And there aren't many girls that coach or have coached over the years. But anyway, our group chat on WhatsApp, you'd appreciate this, is called Stitch and Bitch. It's actually funny. It's funny chat that we go on with. We're all really good mates. It's fun. So, yeah, there's been a bit of chat tonight because one of our girls is, she actually plays rugby for Australia. She's amazing. Was the captain. She's not this year, but she was last year, I think she was. And if you're in Australia or in Sydney, you'll know that we have what we call the NRLW, which is the Women's Rugby League comp, and it's much bigger this year than it's ever been. And we've got the Rooster girls, and yeah, our friend from work's playing for the Roosters this weekend. The rugby stuff I think is done for the moment, so she can go and play a bit of league. She's done it before, and they've been after her a lot, but she can't always do it because of her rugby commitments. But she's playing, and then the men are playing in a couple of weeks, so we're all going to go watch and make posters for her and have some fun. So yeah, we're chatting tonight because one of the girls has posted a picture of her at training with the Roosters. And the Roosters, as you probably picked up if you listened to me, is our NRL team. That's who we go for. So she's playing for the Chookies. Okay, I might do one more line of red and then I might go in a different direction. That's kind of the plan, to go different directions. I don't want to all be the same. Have I caught that? Yeah, I think I have, so I can take that pin out. Can't take that one out. I might add that back on the end. It's all going a bit wonky. But I know where the bits are going. I'm just going to get them out of the way. Thinking I might layer that raw edge on top. Ooh, that might not, no, that's not going to work. That's going to have to go under. So is anyone doing Flower Fest? Rachel, the thing that Rachel's participating in. I signed up for it the other day. I really would like to get more into art journaling. I love what people do in art journals. I don't know if I've got the ability to do it, but I guess if I start and I practice a bit, I'll eventually get a style going. So I've signed up. Nothing better than sort of mixed media stuff and art journals and flowers all combined. That's lots of my loves. And Rachel's project that she will be presenting is, she's shown me what she's done. I really love what she's done. So, yeah, so I've signed up to do that, Art Fest, which should be good. Yeah, so what do I do? I might change direction and run down now. Let's do this. I don't want it all running the same way. Sorry about all the turning, but you have to do it when you're stitching. Just making sure I'm on camera. My fabrics are all a bit funny. I'll just get this held in place. Once I've got some stitches into it, it should be okay. Oh, also, I haven't answered you yet because I'm terrible at answering to my comments on YouTube. I do read them. I just want you to know I do read them and I really appreciate them. They come through on my email and I do see them. So I don't want you to think I don't read them. And I really appreciate them. It's nice to know, you know, if you're liking what I'm doing and so on. But sometimes I get asked questions and I just don't have the time to sort of get on social media because it takes hours. I tried to do it for a while. It just takes so long. And then, you know, every few months I go on and I like people's comments. So you do know I'm reading them. But someone asked, what did you ask? Now I can't remember. I was about to tell you. What did you ask? I can't remember. Doesn't matter. It'll come back to me in a minute. So, yeah. Oh, the music. I know. The music I put on when I showed that beautiful quilt last week. That's just a song from, I just put my videos together on iMovie. It's really simple, and it was just some of their music. Blue Mountain, I think it's called. I really like it. It's such relaxing, peaceful music. Sometimes, as much as you hate it, Rach, the music in the videos, I don't always feel like chatting. Sometimes I just don't want to chat, or I only want to chat a little bit. I normally, and I think I've told you this before, I normally craft quietly, like in silence. If I go to classes and stuff, I'm usually fairly quiet. Yeah, sometimes I just don't feel like talking. So I just put on music instead. Or that, I mean, that quilt there, that was made by someone else. And I think she's got some of you guys are following her on Instagram, which is great. She's, oops, sorry, bumped the camera. You'll see she's working on a nautical, looks like it might be turning into a quilt as well. She's got blocks going. So it's kind of fun to follow her progress. If you want to know who I'm talking about, I tagged her. I added her in the description of last week's video. So just have a look at last week's video and you'll see the link to her Instagram. And if you didn't actually watch through to the end of the video and you missed the quilt, go back and watch it because it is unbelievably good. Oh, you know what I did do on the weekend? So after saying I don't like talking, now I'm talking a lot. I went and saw the Barbie movie on Sunday afternoon after playing hockey. Oh, it was such a funny movie. I wasn't sure what to expect, if it was going to be too much of a kids movie, but yes, it was about Barbie dolls, but it's got all adult humour. Very funny. And I had to put on a little bit of pink, so I wore neon pink Converse, and I have a neon pink strap on my handbag. So that was my pink token. And Margot Robbie was the perfect choice to play Barbie. She's really beautiful, and she just looked amazing in the film. It was fun to watch her do it. And Ryan Gosling, hilarious. He was funny. Anyway, don't think anyone could hate Ryan Gosling. Now I need to see Oppenheimer. Jamie wants to see that, so he's in the middle of some major exams at the moment for 2 weeks, and once he's done, I think we might do the Oppenheimer and Barbie movie, one after the other. I'm not sure which one should be done first. We'll go to a movie marathon and see both. Yes, Jamie will go see the Barbie movie. He needs to see what the hype is about. So take this out now. It's a bit awkward stitching flat down on a table. Okay, I'm not going to keep running all the way down the side. Might do one more. I'm going to do a section here. So I'm trying to change up what I'm doing, and I want to add in some white too. Don't want it just all to be red. Whoops, sorry, bumped you again. Now this bit's going crooked. Let's get this in here, and I need to put the pin in that one. I have got fabric everywhere. These fabrics are nice because they're pretty much all old. That one might not be that old, but the rest are really old. So they're soft and nice and easy to stitch through. None of them are too thick. Just glides. One more stitch. All right, I might turn off the video, keep stitching, and I will come back and show you when I'm done. All right, I'll see you soon. Bye. Okay, so I'm all stitched down. As you can see, it kind of changed shapes a little bit by when you're doing your cantha stitching. It can gather up a bit, but I'm going to add embellishments. So this was going here, which will square it off a little bit better. The selvage I wanted to put down there. And then I grabbed a couple of things. There was the Suffolk puff, which might go there. Just grabbed a little scrap piece. Who knows, might go there. A bit of this pretty lace I had before. And then I'll do things like buttons and things like that. So it's basically like another cluster. That's kind of what I'm thinking. So, and then my little tab of my favorite fabric, and I really love this one too. It's a really favorite fabric. I've only got a small scrap of that from Deb. Yeah, so that's what I'm thinking, and next week I'll come back and do some embellishing. All right, looking forward to seeing what you do. Thanks for watching. Bye.